Hello, welcome back. Let's just continue. It's 4:30. I did finish the Pentium overdrive. So let's take it out, my paper. I have it a little bit hot because it's been like 30 degrees in my apartment every day, like 2-3 weeks. But I have lost a lot of kilos. So 31. Let's close the door because we have some noise from outside. Kids are playing and shouting. Yes, the weather is perfect weather outside. We have some kids outside on the grass, on the blankets, having fun and running around and shouting in the sun. But I don't like to listen to that right now because I like to read this. But it's nice to get started again. But let's have so many, like 1,500 PDF. So let's continue. That's actually some I like to read myself. Of course, I not understand what I'm reading everything, but I will learn more and more. And maybe my English, when I read English, my English will be a little bit better. Let's continue. But in 2 days I will get my YouTube money. I will get that like Tuesday, then Wednesday and Thursday morning. No, we have to close the doors because many people there outside and this voice is loud, my voice is loud, and I talk many hours every day. But let's just, that's 6 pages. Let's try read this. And then I will upload everything later. Now I lost, have a piece of paper. It's down there, yes, so I will go back to my bed, read loud, read to end of documents.
6P-Microarchitecture. P6 Intel at 250nm at P6 at disk shoots at Pentium 2 at Flipchip PB713539-001 DSCX1 polysilicon microscope stitched at 5x 38025161182.jpg. Die shot of disk shoots core general information launched November 1, 1995 performance max. CPR clock rate 150, 1 MHz to 1.40 GHz FSB speed 66 MHz to 133 Mskachel 1 cache Pentium Pro 16 KB 8 KB iCache plus 8 KB D cache Pentium 2/3 32 KB 16 KB iCache plus 16 KB D cache L2 cache 128 KB to 512 KB 256 KB to 2048 KB. Xeon Architecture and Classification Instructions x86 Extensions MMX SSE. Physical Specifications Transistors 5.5M 500 nm 7.5M 350 nm. The 6P microarchitecture is the 6th generation Intel x86 microarchitecture, implemented by the Pentium Pro microprocessor that was introduced in November 1995. It is frequently referred to as i686.2. It was succeeded by the NetBurst microarchitecture in 2000. but eventually revived in the Pentium line of microprocessors. The successor to the Pentium M variant of 6P microarchitecture is the Core microarchitecture, which in turn is also derived from P6. P6 was used within Intel's mainstream offerings from the Pentium Pro to Pentium 3, and was widely known for low power consumption, excellent integer performance, and relatively high instructions per cycle, IPC. The 6P line of processing cores was succeeded by the NetBurst 68P architecture, which appeared with introduction of Pentium 4. Contents. Features P6 based chips. 6P variant Pentium M Banias / Dutton variant. 6P variant enhanced Pentium M Yona variant. Successor. See also. References. Features. The 6P core was the 6th generation Intel microprocessor in the x86 line. The first implementation of the 6P core was the Pentium Pro CPU in 1995, the immediate successor to the original Pentium design. 5P. P6 processors dynamically translate IA32 instructions into sequences of buffered RISC-like micro-operations. Then analyze and reorder the micro-operations to detect parallelizable operations that may be issued to more than one execution unit at once. 3. The 7.5M 250 nm B0 B1 9.5M 250 nm B0 C0 19M 250 nm B0 28M 180 nm, A1 A2, B0, C0, D0. 44M 130 nm, A1 B1, C1, D0. Cores 1. Socket, S, Socket 8. Slot 1. Socket 370. Socket 479. Products, models. Variants Model S, Celeron Series, Pentium 2 Series, Pentium 3 Series, Pentium Pro Series, Pentium 2 Xeon Series, Pentium 3 Xeon Series, Variant S, Pentium M, Enhanced Pentium M, History Predecessor P5 Successor NetBurst, Pentium M. Pentium Pro was the first x86 microprocessor designed by Intel to use this technique, though the next-gen NX586, introduced in 1994, did so earlier. Other features first implemented in the x86 space in the 6P core include speculative execution and out-of-order completion, called dynamic execution by Intel, which required new retire units in the execution core. This lessened pipeline stalls, and in part enabled greater speed scaling of the Pentium Pro and successive generations of CPUs. Super pipelining, which increased from Pentium's 5-stage pipeline to 14 of the Pentium Pro and early model of the Pentium 3, Coppermine, and eventually morphed into less than 10-stage pipeline of the Pentium M for embedded and mobile market due to energy inefficiency and higher voltage issues that encountered in the predecessor, and then again lengthening the 10 to 12-stage pipeline back to the Core 2 due to facing difficulty increasing clock speed while improving fabrication process can somehow negate some negative impact of higher power consumption on the deeper pipeline design. A front-side bus using a variant of gunning transceiver logic to enable 4 discrete processors to share system resources. 4. Physical address extension, PAE, and a wider 36-bit address bus to support 64 GB of physical memory. 5. Register renaming, which enabled more efficient execution of multiple instructions in the pipeline. CMOV instructions, which are heavily used in compiler optimization. Other new instructions: fcmove fcummy /fcumip /fucummy /fucumip, rdpmc, u2. New instructions in Pentium 2 Dis Shoots Core, MMX Save, Sister. New instructions in Pentium 3, Streaming SIMD Extensions. 6P based chips. Celeron, Covington / Mendocino / Coppermine / Tualate invariants. Pentium Pro. Pentium 2 Overdrive, a Pentium 2 chip in the 387-pin socket 8. Pentium 2. Pentium 2 Xeon. Pentium 3. Pentium 3 Xeon. 6P variant Pentium M. 6P Pentium M Pentium M.jpg. General information launched March 12, 2003. Performance max. CPU clock rate 600 MHz to 2.26 GHz. FSB speeds 400 mount / S to 533 mount / SCARSHAW 1 cache 64 KB, 32 KB iCache plus 32 KB cache, L2 cache 512 KB to 2048 KB. Architecture and classification. Architecture P6x86 instructions MK extensions, SSE2. Physical specifications. Transistors 77M 130 nm, B1 B2. 144M 90 nm, B0 C0. 151M 65 nm, C0 D0. Socket, S, Socket M. Products, models, variants. Model, S, a 100 series. EP80579 series. Celeron M series. Pentium M series. Upon release of the Pentium 4M and mobile Pentium 4, it was quickly realized that the new mobile netburst processors were not ideal for mobile computing. The netburst-based processors were simply not as efficient per clock or per watt compared to their P6 predecessors. Mobile Pentium 4 processors ran much hotter than Pentium 3M processors without significant performance advantages. Its inefficiency affected not only the cooling system complexity, but also the all-important battery life. Intel went back to the drawing board for a design that would be optimally suited for this market segment. The result was a modernized 6P design called the Pentium M. Design Overview, 6, quad-pumped front-side bus. With the initial Bannier score, Intel adopted the 400 mount / SFSB first used in Pentium 4. The Dutton core moved to the 533 mount / SFSB, following Pentium 4's evolution. Larger L1 / L2 cache. L1 cache increased from predecessor's 32 KB to current 64 KB in all models. Initially 1 MB L2 cache in the Bannier's core, then 2 MB in the Dutton core. Dynamic cache activation by quadrant selector from sleep states. SSE2 streaming SIMD extensions to support. A 10 or 12 stage enhanced instruction pipeline that allows for higher clock speeds without lengthening the pipeline stage, reduced from 14 stage on Pentium Pro /2/3. Dedicated register stack management. Addition of global history, indirect prediction, and loop prediction to branch prediction table. Removal of local prediction. Microops fusion of certain sub-instructions mediated by decoding units. x86 commands can result in few micro-operations and thus require fewer processor cycles to complete. The Pentium M was the most power-efficient x86 processor for notebooks for several years, consuming a maximum of 27 watts at maximum load and 4 to 5 watts while idle. The processing efficiency gains brought about by its modernization allowed it to rival the mobile Pentium 4 clocked over 1 GHz higher, the fastest clocked mobile Pentium 4 compared to the fastest clocked Pentium M, and equipped with much more memory and bus bandwidth. 6. The first Pentium M family processors, Banias, internally support PA but do not show the PAE support flag in their CLUID information. This causes some operating systems, primarily Linux distributions, to refuse to boot on such processors since PAE support is required in their kernels. 7. History predecessor netburst successor enhanced Pentium M. Banias / Dutton variant. Celeron M. Banias / Shelton / Dutton variants. Pentium M. A 100 / a 110. EP80579. CE3100. 6P variant enhanced Pentium M. 6P enhanced Pentium M general information launched 2006 Performance Max. CPR clock rate 1.06 GHz to 2.33 GHz. FSB speeds 533 mount / S to 667 mount / Scarshell 1 cache 64 KB L2 cache 1 MB to 2 MB 2 MB. Xeon architecture and classification architecture P6-X86 instructions MK extensions SSE2 SSE3. Physical specifications transistors 151M65nm, C0D0. Socket, S, Socket M. Products, models, variants model, S, Celeron M series. Pentium Dual Core series. Core Solo series. Core Duo series. Xeon LV series. History predecessor Pentium successor Intel Core. The Iona CPU was launched in January 2006 under the Core brand. Single and dual core mobile version were sold under the Core Solo, Core Duo, and Pentium dual core brands, and ASAVA version was released as Xeon LV. These processors provided partial solutions to some of the Pentium M's shortcomings by adding SSE3 support. Single and dual core technology with 2 MB of shared L2 cache, restructuring processor organization. Increased FSB speed, with the FSB running at 533 mount / S or 667 mount / S. A 12-stage instruction pipeline. This resulted in the interim microarchitecture for low-voltage on-like bus, partway between 6P and the following core microarchitecture. Iona variant. Celeron M400 series. Core Solo / Duo. Pentium Dual Core T2060 / T2080 / T2130. Xeon LV / ULV, Sossaman. Successor. On the 27th of July, 2006, the Core microarchitecture, a derivative of P6, was launched in form of the Core 2 processor. Subsequently, more reprocessors were released with the Core microarchitecture under Core 2, Xeon, Pentium and Celeron brand names. The Core microarchitecture is Intel's final mainstream processor line to use FSB, with all later Intel processors based on Nehalem and later Intel microarchitectures featuring an integrated memory controller on DQPI or DMI bus for communication with the rest of the system. Improvements relative to the Intel Core processors were a 14-stage instruction pipeline that allows for higher clock speeds. SSE 4.1 support for all Core 2 models manufactured at a 45 nm lithography. Support for the 64-bit x86-64 architecture, which was previously only offered by Prescott processors, the Pentium 4 last architectural installment. Increased FSB speed, ranging from 533 mount / S to 1600 mount / S. Increased L2 cache size, with the L2 cache size ranging from 1 MB to 12 MB. Core 2 duo processors use a shared L2 cache, while Core 2 quad processors having half of the total cache is shared by each core pair. Dynamic front-side bus throttling. Some mobile models, where the speed of the FS